Hi, welcome back to Thrive America. I'm your host, Brent Brooks, and I'm joined by very special guests, J. Mark Walker, Mr. Alan Yard, Chris Nair, and joined by business coach, action coach, CEO, and co-founder of Axiom Franchise Advisors. And I'm joined by PR expert, venture catalyst, Erica Parker, Chad Massacre,
Chris Spears. We're always looking for ways to build bridges of trust, build bridges of relationship.
Welcome to Blank Stage Theater, today's set of Thrive America. I'm your host, Brent Brooks, and today I'm going to introduce you to a very interesting guest, Charles Fellingham. Charles is not only a Frank Sinatra impersonator, he's the founder of QAlias, a personal online branding platform. In the first segment, you're going to learn exactly what QAlias can do for your personal branding and how it gets you on the top of the Google ladder. In the second segment, Charles is going to educate us on how we can use all the social networking platforms together to create what he calls your online Taj Mahal. And finally, in the last segment, Charles is going to reveal what's been his biggest business blunder and what he's learned most from it. As well, Charles is going to tell us what he thinks are ways we can all thrive in this economy. Hey, welcome to Thrive America, and I'm joined by special guest Frank Sinatra. No, just kidding. It's really Charles Fellingham, founder of QAlias, but I understand you're a Frank Sinatra impersonator.
I am. I've been an impersonator since 1988. I've had a lot of fun with that.
And quite a surprise, Charles recently came to one of our Improvistorm sessions, and you got on stage and broke out in some Frank Sinatra.
I'm asked often to do that, and that's what I did. Yeah, that's fun.
You can Google Charles Fellingham, and you can find out more about the impersonation gigs and figure out where you're going to come up and show next so we can come see you.
Yeah, and I'd love that. I mean, I learned to do a little Frank Sinatra by singing in clubs in New York, and it just sort of grew into something. So,
yeah. Well, we're not here to talk about Frank Sinatra. We're here to talk about your expertise, and I'm so excited to have you on the show. So first off, thanks for coming and being a guest.
Appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to the interview. Thanks.
Well, we have you on the show to talk about QAlias, which you're the founder of, and also to discuss personal branding. But first, let's talk about QAlias and tell me a little bit about what it is and how it came to be.
Well, QAlias is a way that you can be found right away and in the right way on the internet. We give you a 3-page web view where you can, post your best self, position your best self online at the top of the search engines. Which
is important because a lot of times we're all not guilty, but we've all Googled somebody. Either we've met a potential business client or a partner, and we Googled their name to see what comes up. I mean, everybody does that. And what's so great about this service is it guarantees that you're going to be at the top.
Right. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, the Frank Sinatra element of my life and the business side of my life sort of came together at one point. If I can tell the story about
Please.
How QAlias started. But I was doing a training session. I was a corporate trainer in Chicago for a large Big Four accounting firm. And I got up at the front of the room and said my name, and everybody in the room Googled it while I was standing there. And a few of them found my Frank Sinatra impersonator website pretty quickly and launched my tune, so I lost control of the seminar, and that was an alarm bell for me. It really was.
So everyone's Googling your name at a seminar, which I'm sure some people will do if they have a guest speaker. They'll Google you up, and then and so this spawned.
Well, it spawned QAlias because at the break I pulled everybody aside and I said, "Why did you do that?" Mm-hmm. And they said, "Well, that's what we do. I mean, we want to find out how you've earned the right to stand in front of us and tell us about how to conduct business." And so I immediately, when I went home, tried to find a way where I could be found at the top of the search engines with my best self right away. And there are a lot of sites out there, but I didn't find anything like what QAlias does.
And in your opinion, Charles, why is this so important to be discovered on the internet in today's world?
Great question, because it used to be that we had a choice with the internet. We could just jump on and we can play around and search for things, but I realized very quickly that we don't have a choice anymore, that there's information about us out there already, and people can find information about us. And so what we really need to do is take control of that information and make it the best it can possibly be.
And I know with QAlias, you can, what I've seen happen with my own personal QAlias service is it graduates some of your other services, like my personal website and some of my other network. Even this Thrive America is starting to kind of go up in the Google rankings and then organic search. Is that
correct? Yeah, because the search engines, the organic search engines have rules, which I hope we can talk about in a little bit. But when you play by the rules, you can really not only dominate the top line, but you can dominate the first 3 pages for your name. And so what the site did for you was everything that you're involved in and linked to gained relevance in the search engines, and now it's starting to appear in the first 3 pages.
Yeah, and that's such a hot topic or such a benefit to a lot of small business owners like myself and beyond, because a lot of times someone might search for video production, and now I'm starting to kind of show up, not yet the top page, but hopefully we'll get there, or my name, different things that I'm associated with. So such a powerful tool that you've developed. And talk about a little bit about Google, if you will, and where is it now and where is it going, and can you educate us on that topic?
Yeah, as much as I can. I mean, Google is a world in and of itself. There was a great article in Money Magazine that was called "You're Only as Good as Google Says You Are." So it's sort of like the old media. Anything that's out there about you, it's relevant, and it could show up in the search engines. There are 3 things that determine what shows up in the search engines, and I think your listeners will be very interested in hearing about what they are, because some of you are probably wondering, how do things get to the top? How do things get on the first page? First is clicks. Google wants people to find what they're looking for. When you put something in the search line, they want whatever they bring up, they want that to be the thing you're looking for. So the thing they'll bring up is the thing that's most relevant. It's something that's either had the most clicks, or has the best content, or has the most interconnectivity, is linked to related things on that topic.
Wow. So educating me on that topic, I'm sure will help others to create a strategy online. And I'm going to bring you back here in that segment to talk about some other social media expertise and advice, and also address the fact that a lot of us are off the bandwagon, and why we need to come on this social media bandwagon, if you will. So we'll be right back with you, Charles.